Here we've got a division sum in algebra. Division is the opposite operation to multiplication. So let's use that fact in order to solve this problem. The first thing that we're going to do is set up a grid. The grid is a 2 by 2 grid because the expression I'm dividing by has two terms, x plus 3. I knew to put two boxes across because x into x squared goes x times. So I'm expecting a number of x's here and a number. So I have a 2 by 2 grid set up. Now my question is, what multiplies by x plus 3 in order to give me this expression? So I know that the answer is x squared. And when I add along this diagonal, I get plus 5x and plus 6. So x plus 3 multiplied by some expression gives me x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now let's see what that is. Well, x times what gives me x squared? Well, that's x times x. Now I know the area of this box, it's 6. So 3 multiplied by what gives me 6? Well, that would be plus 2. And now I've got my answer, x plus 2. Now we like to check our answer to see if it's correct. So I'm going to find the area of this box. X times 2 is plus 2x. And 3 times x is plus 3x. And when I add those like terms together, yes, I get plus 5x. So I know that my answer x plus 2 is correct. Here we have another expression with 3 terms in it, divided by an expression with 2 terms in it. I will need a grid 2 terms by 2 terms. Now, how did I know it was by 2 terms? Well, x into 2x squared goes 2x times. So the highest power of x is x to the power of 1. Now on one side I put the x plus 5. And now again the question is, what do I multiply by x plus 5 by in order to get this answer? So I put down my answer, 2x squared. I know that when I add up along the diagonal, those like terms will give me plus 7x. And my minus 15 goes in here. Now I'm saying what multiplied by x gives me 2x squared. So it's 2x. So remember what we were doing, finding the area of this rectangle. So x times 2x is 2x squared. Now I want to know what multiplied by 5 gives me minus 15, and it's minus 3. So my answer is 2x minus 3. We want to check if that's correct. So the area of this rectangle is x times minus 3, which is minus 3x. And 5 times 2x, which is plus 10x. And when I add those like terms together, yes, I do get plus 7x. So my answer now I know is 2x minus 3. Note, I still got the answer before I did the check, but it's nice to know that our answer is correct. Here I have a cubic expression and it's divided by a linear expression. 3x goes into 6x cubed, 2x squared times, so I'm expecting to get a quadratic in my answer. So the maximum number of terms in my answer is 3. So I set up a 2 by 3 grid, putting the 3x plus 2 on one side, and now putting my answer inside the area of the boxes. So it's 6x cubed, I put the plus 2. Along the diagonals, I know that I'm going to get plus 13x squared. and also plus 9x. Now finding the area, I multiply length by breadth. So 3x into 6x cubed. 3 into 6 goes twice, x into x cubed goes x squared times, and 2 into 2 goes once. Now that allows me to find the areas of two other boxes. 3x times 1 is 3x, and 2 times 2x squared is plus 4x squared. Now along this diagonal, I've got 13x squared, so I'm missing 9x squared. Now I can find the width of that rectangular box. 3 into 9 goes 3 times, x into x squared goes x times. So I have my answer now. Let's check. 2 times 3x is 6x, and 6x and 3x is 9x. So I know I'm correct, and I can insert my answer. This is a cubic expression divided by a linear expression. 2x into 2x cubed goes x squared times. So I allow for 3 terms in the grid. In other words, I allow for a quadratic answer. Now I know the result of the multiplication sum, so I write it in my grid. So I write in the 2x cubed and the plus 1. I know along the diagonals the like terms will give me minus 5x and plus no x's. Since I've got two areas, I can find the width of each one of those boxes. So 2x into 2x cubed gives me x squared times, and minus 1 into plus 1 gives me minus 1 times. Now that allows me to find the area of two more boxes. Now along the diagonal here, I should have a total of minus 5x squared. So that means I have to insert another minus 4x squared. And 2x into that gives me minus 2x. Now I've got the answer, but we like to do a check. Minus 1 by minus 2x gives me plus 2x. And adding along that diagonal, yes, it gives me 0 x's, so I'm correct. And I can write down my answer, x squared minus 2x minus 1. Here I've got a linear expression divided into a cubic expression. X into x cubed gives me x squared, so I expect a quadratic answer. Maximum number of terms is 3, so I set up a 2 by 3 grid. Once again, we know the answer to the multiplication sum. It's x cubed plus no x squareds plus no x's and minus 1. Now, x times what gives me x cubed? X squared, and minus 1 into minus 1 gives me plus 1 times. That allows me to find the area of two more rectangular boxes. Now along the diagonal I get plus no x squared, so I have to add in a plus x squared. And x into x squared goes x times. Now let's check that answer. Minus 1 times x is minus x. So along that diagonal, plus x minus x gives me 0. So now I can write down my answer knowing that I am correct.